Hey everyone, Arthur here. We have a new sale on the 3DS and Wii U with no famous titles this time, but a bunch of hidden gems you really should consider getting, especially at these low prices. All under $3 with hefty discounts. These are some great games here, so get ready. Hope you like it. Welcome to the channel. This is From the Void. To me, the highlight this time goes to Nano Assault EX. This is an excellent shooter that deserved more recognition. It's an enhanced version of Nano Assault that came out physically with several improvements to the visuals and gameplay. This is the better version for sure, and it's digital only. I love the idea here. You control a nanomachine fighting off microorganisms in a cellular level, and they can be very menacing from this perspective. The boss fights are quite awesome. If you have a new 3DS model or a Circle Pad Pro, you can turn this into a twin-stick shooter, which makes it even better. Nano Assault EX is a great title for fans of the genre, especially considering how lacking the 3DS is in this category. The regular price was already worth the game's quality, and now with the 80% discount going from $9.99 to $1.99, it's a bargain you should not miss if you're into this kind of game. Like I said, the EX version of Nano Assault is digital only and exclusive to the 3DS. But that's not the only Nano Assault on sale. Next is Nano Assault Neo. This is a sequel to X on the Wii U, another excellent twin-stick shooter and certainly the best looking in the series. One thing they added to this entry is that when you reach around 90% completion on a stage, the exit appears and you have 30 seconds to clear the remaining parasites and find your way out, which is quite thrilling. There are also bonus missions in a completely different perspective and a shop to purchase gear between levels. All great features to enhance the gameplay. The only problem with Neo is its length. It's only about 4 hours long. There is an incentive to replay, as well as the option to play in local co-op, but it still feels too short. But the discount certainly compensates for it and then some. It's currently 80% off, going for mere $1.99. Next is Retro Racer 80s Overdrive. Yeah, this one is pretty cool. It's simple in nature, but the gameplay is fun and engaging, and the graphics are beautiful. Look at those surroundings, it's pretty cool. 80s Overdrive is basically an arcade-style racer, like we saw frequently in the Sega Genesis, with a very cool progression system. In between races, you spend the money you earn to enhance your car with new features, like a better engine or nitro boosts, or even to buy a completely new car with better parts. You also need to refuel and fix your car when necessary. Races are fun and exciting, with lots of things happening around you, from non-racers getting in your way to police cars chasing you and trying to force you into crashing into them, as well as side missions to collect for extra cash. Great game here, and even better on the 3DS compared to the Switch or other versions, as this one has the awesome 3D effect and the extra information in the bottom screen, which I also prefer. 80s Overdrive is absolutely worth the 60% at discounted price of $1.99. Next is a fantastic series that really deserves more recognition, Art of Balance. These games are so chill and enjoyable and addictive, you have no idea. The objective here is to stack multiple pieces on top of each other in a way that they're well balanced so not to fall into the water below. That's it. It's simple yet genius, with a lot of twists to change things up. Sometimes you have to stack them above a certain height, sometimes you have to do it before the clock runs out, and many others. It also has a lot lot of different modes. There are 2 titles available, both on sale. On the 3DS we have Art of Balance Touch, and on the Wii U it's another title simply called Art of Balance. The original was a WiiWare exclusive, and the 3DS one came after that, being an expanded version of the original with touch controls. I have not played that one, but it is also well received. The one I own is the Wii U version, and it's beautiful in HD, provides both the touch as well as the motion gameplay from the original, and this is the most complete title in the series, and for the prices, these are highly recommended. They are both going for $199 or even less in Europe. These are fine additions to your 3DS or Wii U, no doubt about it. Check them out. Following up with cutesy yet fiendish Toki Tori 2 Plus. Toki Tori is a series of puzzle platformers with colorful cartoonish visuals, but do not be fooled. The gameplay here is anything but childish. It's actually a pretty challenging puzzler where your little egg-shaped bird guy can only slam the ground or chirp some tunes. Chirping will usually attract creatures to get close to you, while slamming makes them go away. It's super simple, but this is used in pretty clever ways. Level design here is a 10 out of 10. If you're into puzzle platformers, give this one a try and take advantage of the meaningful sale, dropping the price from $14.99 to $1.99 in the Americas, or an even bigger discount of 90% in Europe, going for mere $1.49. Well worth it. In Europe, the original Toki Tori is also on sale, going for €1. That is a remaster of a Game Boy Color game, and that's valid for both the Wii U as well as the 3DS version of the original called Toki Tori 3D. Moving on to simple but fun Pazuru. This is a puzzle game that also requires a good amount of skill and dexterity. You order the black light to start moving, and with every press of the button, you rotate the red shapes, have the black ones disappear, all in order to guide the light to collect all the shiny things and avoid the spikes. Pazuru is a minimalistic but fine puzzle game, very much worth the 60% discounted price of $2.39. This is a 3DS digital only exclusive. Next is Fast Racing Neo. This is a absolutely solid futuristic racer for sure. It adds an Ikaruga style duality gimmick of changing your color to orange or blue to get the boosts and jumps, which makes the racing even more thrilling. Fast Racing Neo is among the best anti-gravity racing games available, and this version is exclusive to the Wii U. However, and this is a big however, the Switch entry on this franchise, called Fast RMX, has all the racing tracks and vehicles of this version plus its DLC, but without the same Grand Prix structure. Neo has longer cups and the racetracks are in completely different orders, so it's really up to you which version to get. The price right now is at the lowest ever at $2.99, 80% off, and the DLC costs an extra $4.99, not too expensive, so you can get the entire content for less than $8. Following up with an absolutely hidden phenomenal gem exclusive to the Wii U, Three Souls. This one, I know, doesn't look like it, but it's an excellent game with some unique creativity in its gameplay. It uses the gamepad functionality in clever ways. For instance, in this screen, there are hidden platforms that can be seen only if you look on the gamepad that will show you the view from the surveillance cameras on the walls, which you can move using the gamepad. It may not sound like it, but this is actually really cool while playing, as it translates to an interesting gameplay that forces your brain to think in an unusual way. This is a must-have on your Wii U in my opinion, if you like games that use the system's unique functionalities, especially now that it's going for mere $1.99 in the Americas or a mere €1 in Europe. This is a digital-only Wii U exclusive. Okay, this next one is a surprisingly great game despite its extremely generic graphics. Jett Rocket II, The Wrath of the Taikai. This is a pretty competent platformer. Their controls are surprisingly tight. You can jump with A, roll dash with B, jump and roll upwards with AB. Then when you get the jet item, you can use 5 jet propulsions by pressing Y, which really changes the dynamic in a great way, especially when it comes to finding the hidden collectibles. There are many of them to find exploring the levels this way, and the game even surprised me a lot, introducing 3D levels and even jet ski sections that offer a fun change of pace. Jett Rocket 2 is kinda short, but certainly worth the discounted price of $199 or €179, down at least 78%. This is a 3DS digital only exclusive. Next is a Wii U hidden gem called Tachyon Project. This is obviously a Geometry Wars clone, alright, there is no denying it. Your ship looks very similar, some of the enemies have similar appearances and patterns, and the stages are the same rectangle-bound arenas we have in the first two Geometry Wars games. However, it deviates from the arcadey gameplay of its inspiration by providing a story mode divided into stages, which I did appreciate. Not that I don't like the arcade style, much on the contrary, but this also works really well. There is a larger roster of enemies to learn and destroy here, which is nice, so this is a pretty solid twin-stick shooter, no doubt about it, even though it's lacking in originality. But at the price of $199 or even less in Europe, it didn't bother me at all. The next one is a very hidden gem Wii U exclusive called Rush, but it's only discounted in Europe right now, though it's pretty cheap even at full price. This is a very different type of puzzle game. The gameplay is all about planning. You have to guide the cubes that will emerge from the colored squares to the other colored squares, which are the exits, and you do that by placing signs on the ground with a stylus that the boxes will obey once they step on them. The arrows will make them switch directions, and there are plenty of other signs with other effects, like teleportation for instance. It's a joy to watch the cubes go their way once you get what you're supposed to do, making Rush a really unique and enjoyable puzzler. Later levels will require you to manipulate the stage around to see the paths the cubes can take, which also uses the Wii U gamepad in a great way. Like I said, Rush was already a pretty cheap game, and now with a 50% discount is going for €1 measly. Grab it, it's worth it for sure. And that's it. I hope you found some of these interesting and can take advantage of the sales. Do check out my 3DS and Wii U eShop closing coverage playlist on screen now and also in the description down below for literally hundreds of games worth picking up before the eShops close. I'm currently working on the next one on that series, which will be all about the fantastic and deeply buried DSi titles. Seriously, don't miss that one. And stay tuned to the channel so you don't miss the next sales. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.